What's going on, everybody? It's Childish. We're back at it again with part 2 of our team building guide for the arena offense. Now, if you guys didn't get a chance to check out the first one, I will go ahead and leave a link up top. Check out the information circle on the right and you will be able to see the first video. I definitely recommend checking that one out, as that one will talk about the 4 types of arena offenses and how you can go about creating one of your own. Okay, now in this video we're going to be showcasing 3 out of those 4 teams alongside with a little bit of a twist. Okay, now as you guys know, we've kind of laid out the groundwork for some of the things that you need in order to create those compositions, but that being said, everybody has a different monster box, so it's all about what you got, not what you got, but what you make of what you got. So we showcased a couple of different hybrid compositions that still got the job done, you know, due to the fact of his thought process, you know, the glyph synergy, the quality of the team, you know, overall just all the effort that he put into his units in order to make them what they are today. Okay, so thank you guys so much for your support, and I hope you enjoy the video. Take care. Show us some of this goodness here. What do you got going on in the arena?
Alright, so what I'm currently running on my AD is this team here. Like we were talking about, Air Tree, Air Juggernaut, Earth Colossus, and Fire Angel Zealot. And one thing that is really important if you're starting out in an arena is understanding that your turn order is so important. I cannot stress to you how important your turn order is and to think through your turn order. I've gone against so many teams where they have like Water Dragon, Earth Shaman, something else OP, but they have their Water Dragon go before their Shaman. And I'm just like, what are you doing? Now you get smacked because you don't have good turn order. Like, all you had to do is make your Shaman go before your Dragon, and I would have lost.
Right.
What I have turn order wise is I have my Fire Angel Zealot and my Earth Colossus at the same speed. So that's 140. I put him into my arena team first. The order that they'll go in if they're the same speed is the order that you click them into the slots in. So if you want it to go Earth Colossus, Fire Angel Zealot, when you're picking your team, you just click Earth Colossus first, then click Fire Angel Zealot. Right. So that's a really important one to know. Vulcan actually taught me that. So I do that because he's on immunity and he also has 84 resist, because that's the only thing that I could think of to deal with Stripper. There's just not a whole lot I can do about it. So I do that so that, let's say they do bring a dragon or a defense break. Since he's so fast, he's probably going to cut in. Like, unless they have immaculate speed tuning, he's probably going to cut in and take a turn and cleanse my team before they get off their skills. Also, he has a smart cleanse. So if anybody's debuffed, he'll just cleanse. And then he also ATB boosts. So now I have turn on all of my units. They don't have any debuffs on them. And it is go time.
Right.
Yeah. So then I have the Air Tree. He's also on immunity. I couldn't get his resistance high. Just didn't have glyphs for it. But, like I said, got him on immunity. And he's just there for disruption and also to buff everybody that first turn so that this guy can do damage. Yeah, I played with his glyphs a bit. So initially I had 120 speed and about 2,700 attack. And that's when he was critting people for like 10K. But I test my own defense and I was like, I can cleave that too easy. Like, if I can cleave it, somebody else can cleave it. And we got to fix that. So I made him tankier so that he'll live, because that's the most important thing on this defense. Like, if you're enabling a unit, you need that unit to live, which is why it's important to use, like, for the enabling team, to use units that can live or you have a means of bringing them back. Gotcha. So here's another team.
Right. And is this something you would normally hit there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can be a bit scared because that Diva, if she had anything with poison with her, I'd be a lot more scared. But gotcha. Since she's the only poisoner, it's like, well, you're probably not going to do a whole lot.
Gotcha.
So and now Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say on this team there, you're obviously giving up the first turn here on the fire second, but so you're just praying that you can out tank it, because
Hmm.
your air treant's not gonna have the Phoenix Soul up or whatnot. So now it's just a matter of finding what you would think is your biggest threat, just taking them out.
Yep. And even if they don't have even if he dies, I've fought like maybe 10 fire succubi today, and I think only one or two of them killed him. But even if he dies, so long as they don't have a whole lot of other CC, like he served his purpose. She didn't delete any of the people that are gonna do damage.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because Fire Angel Zealot can actually do decent damage on skill 3. And I just use right now. I'm using skill 2 even though I don't need to heal, just so that I can get more turns. Because it'll break their attack, buff my defense, increase my ATB, reduce their ATB.
It's ridiculous.
So,
it's so triggering, dude. So triggering.
Oh man, it's a really good stall monster. So we'll steal her ATB. She's almost dead, so we'll kill her. She was the only person I was terribly afraid of.
Gotcha.
Succubus is stunned. I need to kill her now before they get immunity.
And she was the biggest threat for you because you did not have any kind of immunity on your team. So if she did her combo, it would have been GG, huh?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Or maybe not GG, but it would have hurt because it's just true, like 2 poisons and a pop. So like 32% of their HP. And it would have hurt a lot. So, especially with the fire succubus, she might have been able to just go down and whop, whop, whop. And that would not have been fun. So now I'm just, that was her skill 2 and 10k.
Okay.
So she has the poison. Not terribly worried. We got a stun there. We're going to get some poison on that. Cool. Heal back up. Staff him in the face. And GG.
Good. And I think the thing I'm most excited about is if people are lucky enough to have the air treant. I think that's a really going to be a fun unit for people to mess around with. I feel like the whole treant lineup is just amazing, but the unit is something else.
Yeah. I feel like they're honestly almost good enough to be considered 4 stars. Like almost, not quite.
But they're pretty darn good. I have actually, I think I have all of them now. Spoiler there for the people that are watching this video later. I might have a video prior to, but I pulled the water treant randomly earlier today. So yeah, pretty hyped up here. So all right, let's mix it up now. We show the Bruiser comp. Let's do something else here. What are you gonna run? What do you got going on here?
Right here, this is a bomb team. It's not really sure what classification it would be. I guess it's essentially a cleave team. So I ATB boost, attack buff. I try to stun them if I can, and then I smack them in the face with bombs and watch everyone disappear or almost disappear in the case of the tree.
Well, let me ask you this here. One of the things that I noticed was you run your fire giant before your water witch. Now, given the fact that the water witch has a higher cooldown timer as far as the trigger of the bombs, would it make sense to run the water witch beforehand, or does it really matter if you got?
Honestly, in arena, you don't tend to get around to it mattering.
Okay.
So my thought process was a giant. I wanted him as fast as I could get him, but not too much faster than her. They're 1 speed apart, and so he is dropping his bombs. He also slows. And then he just gets his ATB boost and he blows up another bomb for whoever they both didn't land a bomb on together.
Gotcha. Yeah. That works. I like it. That specific team right there, what's your focus right now? I mean, obviously what's the one you
that guy. So like I'll give 3 different perspectives. With the Cleave team, if the Water Holy Sis was really close to my Water Monkey's cooldown, like his speed. So my Water Monkey and my Rakshasa are 3 speed apart. He's 140, he's 137. And if they were more than that, like if she was, like it looked like it was really close, I would just hold his skill 3 because I wouldn't want to waste it and have her cleanse the defense break. And I do the same thing with bombs. If it looks like they might be able to cut in on my bombers, but I focus more on having the speed tuning better this free glyph removal because I learned that lesson last month from Arena.
Right.
But so now I can just defense break, cleave, or if I have bombs, I can just bomb. Like none of them are fast enough to really do too much.
Right.
And since I don't have, oh, go ahead.
And the majority of your units are at least I don't know about this team, but the other one was around 140 as far as your sync. What's the speeds more or less on these units, or does it matter because you have the fire nymph, boosting the attack bar?
So the fire nymph is I think 144 speed. I put her right there so that she can, if she needs to, defense buff. Like if I do manage to get a turn ahead of them, and she can elemental advantage buff them. If it's a fire succubus, he'll live, or whoever she attacks might live instead of dying. So that was my thought process. Probably wouldn't happen, but it's happened like once or twice. So I was like, well, glad I did it.
Yep. Yeah, it's a pretty strong mechanic, especially for reducing the damage that some of those units, do, like ignore defense, like the fire succubus. There, adding a defensive buff doesn't change anything since it ignores defense. Whereas if you have an elemental advantage buff, it can reduce the overall damage that you're taking.
Yep,
it's pretty nice.
It's a very strong buff.
I remember when I first came into the game and I was like, oh, there's 72 buffs that I gotta learn now. This is gonna be great. And I'm kind of glad that they do have a lot of random stuff because, again, like we were saying prior to, it just gets you thinking about just the wide variety of stuff that you could potentially build. There's not one way to quote unquote skin a cat, right? You've heard that thing all too much. You could do a variety of ways. So. Yep. And so we've showcased like the sustained Bruiser. We've done Cleave. Do you have any of the other teams that you want to showcase today?
This is gonna go badly if that Earth Faceless is faster than me. It's gonna go badly, but I'm okay with resetting my streak.
Yeah, that's fine. You've gotten a ton of wins here.
Yeah. All right.
Oh my God!
Not outspeed me.
And your air necro, how much speed do you got?
Only like 150 something.
Wait a second. And you got a second turn. How'd you get that second turn?
Oh, he steals ATB on his skill 3.
Gosh.
He AoE steals 25% of each person's ATB, destroys 20% HP, and crit reception debuffs them. So that's a 30% crit chance increase if they have that debuff.
Ubisoft, if you're listening, if I don't get a necro like tomorrow, I want you to nerf them all, okay? Nerf them all. It's ridiculous.
I don't think he's that ridiculous. Like, not compared to Earth Necro.
Right.
Earth Necro mutes, makes it so you can't heal, you can't revive, and then has a strip AoE. All of these things AoE. Like, for more than one turn. If you have an Earth Necro with an air vamp, that's a rough day. That's just not something you want to see. Another reason we run that Earth Colossus first.
There it is.
And then now, go ahead, do your thing. Oh, it didn't do the thing. Okay.
That's a lot of buffs.
See what we can get. Cool. Kill the Reviver. So we're invincible right now. That's what Water Colossus does. That's really good. Boom. 0 damage.
Okay, so yeah, why don't you explain that one? Because we talked about it, I think, a couple of times in your stream, but is that invincible for non-sticking sources, or how does that work?
Yeah, so the non-sticking means that if you see, like, the poison will still tick. They'll still take that damage from poison, but they will not take direct damage. So if they get hit by another unit, like, see, he died. But if they get hit by another unit, then it won't do any damage. Let's see. He's going to go first. Get that confused. Staff hit. Just in case.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Yep. It's a really nice unit. And he, whenever he gives the immune to non-sticking damage, he also gains Thornmail for 2 turns. Or 1 turn. 1, 2. I can't remember how many turns. It should be 2.
You should know this, man. You done did that tier list, man. You should know this, man.
I should know this off the top of my head. Let's just go take a look at him. let's see. So yeah, he gets Storm Mail for 2 turns. So that's the Air Ebon Knight, 10% HP if you hit him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he has constant uptime on a taunt. And then I got attack break on skill 1. So he's just a really good tank. And whenever he uses this, on top of the invulnerability for his team, he steals a positive effect from 1 unit from the entire enemy team. And if they all have multiple buffs, he will steal a different buff from each one of them.
Right on.
So he'll try to get as many unique buffs as he can.
Right on. I like it, my man. Awesome, awesome. Well, hey, again, thank you so much for providing all this insight. Man, talk about the long video. We're probably gonna have to chop it up for the people there. Give them a little two-part miniseries, which of course, if they're watching this now, they already know that. But either way, my man, thank you so much for coming on by the channel and helping us out, helping the community out.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me again. I really enjoyed these talks.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do it some more, guys. Again, if you want to do me the favor, show your support, guys. Go ahead and give them a follow, twitch.tv/max030994. And if you guys found anything in this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and we will see you all in the next one. Take care.